Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, weirdos? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. What's up, Jamie?
What's up, Rob?
You know, a little bit of the same old, same old. How's everybody doing this wonderful evening with a wickedly cool full moon? Not really full, but big moon.
Still pretty girthy.
Yeah, it has quite the chub going.
It does.
Yeah, that picture I sent you earlier tonight when I was playing disc golf was pretty surreal looking. It looks like a painting or something.
It does. It looks like it's like floating in the ocean.
We were like in the deepest part of the woods where the course goes through, and somebody was like, "Holy crap, look at the moon." You could see it like all coming through the trees there.
That goes along with my favorites, like one of the ones I think you do in the intro. I remember when you took those, you had like a series that I loved one year that you did. And then there's another one. So that's like my third top favorite Rob Moon picture, I think.
Yeah. How's everybody in the chat room doing? How's your week been so far? Yeah, it was cold. We were playing glow disc golf tonight in the dark, and yeah, it was pretty chilly. You know, it's not terrible because you're moving, so you kind of stay warm. But
don't your fingers like get cold and crampy?
They didn't tonight. I have some fingerless gloves that I wear a lot of times. Sometimes I have those little hand warmers in my pockets.
Smart. Just now getting to YouTube.
Definitely getting my disc golf Jones in this week. Played Saturday
And
here.
good one.
Yeah. Played Saturday here, played like crap. And then I went and played Sunday and played a lot better. Monday was my birthday, and it was miserably rainy and cold, and I didn't do a damn thing but sit in the house. And so Tuesday, I went up to Jacksonville and played the disc golf in the alley. It was like urban disc golf. It's pretty cool. And then tonight I went up to Jacksonville and played in a glow tournament. And tomorrow night, I'm going back to Jacksonville to play in an indoor glow tournament under black lights.
Ooh, I didn't know they had indoor disc golf.
Yeah. It's this big community center place, and apparently they take all the lights out and replace them with black lights and have baskets set up with all kinds of trippy stuff everywhere.
It reminds me of like when we had midnight bowling.
Yeah.
And it was like glow in the dark midnight bowling.
Yep.
And our DJ Rizzo. He's big DJ now, but he played at the Granada Bowl.
Nice.
I think he's got like a residency in I don't know if it's a residency. He's in Las Vegas now, but he does all the cruise ships and things like that. But he
DJ
was the midnight bowl DJ.
Rizzo?
Yeah.
Like as in Frank Rizzo?
Yeah.
I'll bring my
Riz.
tool.
His name is Scott, but Riz.
Nice. Yeah, DJing's pretty legit job nowadays.
And he's a real DJ, not.
Yeah.
But we'd be in there playing midnight bowling to all the black lights and go to, it was like a fold up table, you know, and he had all the records and all the stuff you could look through and put in your requests and selections and things. And
Yeah.
it was good times. So that's what that reminds me of. That sounds like fun. Like they had roller skating like that too.
Yeah.
How's Nora doing on the roller skates?
She's doing pretty good. Sam told me the other night, she's like, freaking kid. She woke up and snuck out of bed at 3:30 in the morning and went in the other room and started playing the drums. 3:30 in the morning. Woke everybody in the entire house up. I'm like, well, that's an instrument that you're just not going to get around. You're not going to sneak playing a drum set. She didn't care.
She is a special child. She is a special child. I don't mean it like special like that. I mean, there's something really special about this kid.
Yeah.
She's going to change the world or do big things in this world.
She's a trip. It's
And
funny.
I think she's gifted.
The what?
And I think she's gifted.
Yeah. She'll just sit down and start telling you a story. And it's just completely like a story. Like she just makes it up. And it has characters in it and names and what they're doing and where they're going. And I'm like, how old is this kid? The hell is she?
A lot of it goes to parenting too, because like one of the things I absolutely loved was, you know, a lot of parents don't touch. Well, Sam, it always looks like gives her like a like, this is your home, you can touch, and if she wants to look at her books or hold her record or something, she lets her. And there's like the pictures of her, like, I want to be mommy, like flipping through the books. And I imagine Sam reads a lot to her, and then who knows what she's picking up. as she's reading these like huge books that, she's picking up from her mom,
Yeah. Yeah, she's been reading to her like since before she was born. Kid's got a damn book collection to. Yeah, she's got a lot of books. And she actually reads them,
music.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like a smart child who's, wanting to learn, and a parent that's, it's testament to how involved the parent is.
Yeah.
And she just seems to be thriving. Everything she wants to do, it's like she'll get her a taste of it, which is great. If you can let kids, try anything they're interested in, even if they're, oh, well, you're going to give it up in a week. So what? Let them try it. And if they're going to give it up, because they're going to find something that they love. And she seems to give her all that freedom and options. And that's what's from a development area. Like, the sky is going to be the limit for this girl.
She's like, yeah, this week she's been being a dick. She doesn't listen. And the only thing I can do, she just looks at me and laughs. And the only thing I can do is threaten her with not seeing you. And then she like straightens all up.
Oh, if you do that, you can't see Papa Rob, and then it's like, oh, now she's business.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the other night was actually on my birthday. We went and saw Nosferatu. I went with her and her oldest kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a trippy movie. Anybody seen that?
No.
I don't know if she's read that one or not. Yeah, Nosferatu was definitely more intense than the original, 1939 version or whatever, and better than the 1979 version. And they did really cool stuff filming it. They used some filters to, I don't know, like took out the reds and the yellows, and because a lot of it obviously is filmed in the dark and under moonlight and all. So yeah, the filming and everything was good. Acting was pretty good. Johnny Depp's daughter, I guess.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's daughter?
Yeah, she was like the main Nosferatu squeeze. Sort of.
How's she do?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know. That girl has a huge ass forehead, and it was bugging me through the whole movie. Sam's like, no, they did it like that to make her look more gothic. I'm like, well, they did a good job.
Gothic people have big foreheads?
News to me. But yeah, it was all, back in Victorian like times and all. It was a pretty good movie. I'm glad I got my senior discount and I didn't have to pay full price. Yes. And the movie theater actually hadn't been there in like a long time. And it's all, they have recliners in there now. Instead of having a shitload of seats all jammed next to each other, there's only like maybe 30 seats in the theater. And there are all these big electric recliners. You put your feet all up and get all comfy. They have places to charge your phone and everything else in the chairs. So it was pretty cool.
Careful with the open charging.
And yeah, the senior discount, it was like $8.75. I was like, I gotta take advantage of this getting old shit.
That's the movie that you sent me the clip on Monday.
Yeah, that was from in the theater.
That's why I didn't recognize. I recognized, but I didn't recognize like.
No, they didn't give. They don't give seniors discounts on snacks. A freaking this bottle of water at the theater is like $7. I snuck my drinks in there. You buy no damn $7 bottle of water.
I'll go to the bathroom and lap it out of the sink. When I need to.
Shoved a drink in my pocket and just walked in. Guy was kind of looking at me like, I bet you're sneaking something in because his pants are swinging. Hey, is that a bottle?
You gotta look up at him and wink.
Yeah.
Go in there, some gray sweatpants.
Yeah, it's all automated. You know, I hadn't been to the movie theater in a long time, and I heard they totally changed it. Yeah, there's only one person in there
What?
for the most. And you buy all your tickets, you buy them online or through a kiosk that only takes cards, no cash. And yeah, you get all your snacks and everything. You buy them online or through the kiosk, and then you go up and pick them up at the counter. Weird.
Does that save time?
I
'Cause you
guess.
still have to stand in line, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I got there fashionably late, like a rock star, so I didn't have to wait in line. I walked right in. Planned it that way.
I think the last movie I saw was one of the Halloweens, like one of the last Halloweens, or something. It's been like a couple of years,
Yeah.
but it was still kind of like the movie theater when I went.
Yeah, and the last movie we went and saw was I don't know, it was like a couple of years ago we went and saw Jaws, the original Jaws. They were having like this summertime 80s movie thing. So we went and saw Jaws, and then I think it was a year or more ago, we went and saw that I can't think of the name of it. It's about the child trafficking and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring your own snacks.
Just don't smuggle any hot dogs. Did you know Kim Jong is forbidding Koreans from eating hot dog soup?
Hot dog soup?
Mm-hmm. That was my malware. Sorry about that. He does not want them eating hot dog soup. Cut up hot dogs and soup. Do you want to know why?
No, I would love to know why.
Because it's, I guess, an American tradition. Like, we eat hot dog soup, like in our ramen and stuff like that. So he does not want them, especially putting no hot dogs in the ramen, because it's doing an American type thing.
Oh.
And then there's like a president or somebody in like Iceland or somewhere that's going to make it illegal to get sick. Like these leaders and stuff are losing their minds. Like, how are you going to be make it illegal to get sick?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, does anybody just plan on being sick? Hey, what are you going to do next week? I don't know. I was thinking about getting sick. You want to come with me? I know it's illegal, but we're going to be outlaws and we're going to go catch colds.
Oh, did you see that post I posted of the supposed first time a meteor was
Yeah.
with the sound and all? How it just sounds like glass smashing.
I didn't quite get that one though, because they showed it.
Yeah.
And they show it hitting, and they show the guy sweeping it up afterwards.
Yeah.
But then when he's talking, he was like, "Yeah, it landed. It almost hit me. It landed right between
his legs."
And I'm like, "That's not what I saw in the video."
Yeah, like where were you?
Yeah.
Because he said it almost hit him, so I thought maybe it was one of those things, like because he said 2 minutes earlier, like if he had walked by there 2 minutes. Didn't he say 2 minutes earlier?
That was it. Yeah. Would have hit him.
But then it was between his legs. Like, what?
These rocks.
There was like no smoke coming off it. I guess not. No smoke.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked like a sack of plaster of Paris like got thrown off the roof.
Yeah.
And it was white and then it was gray. But he called a Meteor Foundation.
They said, "Don't Skippy." Yeah, I don't know, man. It sucked to get hit by a meteor. Does that thing look like it came hot? Not your typical meteor looking thing, though. I don't know. Yeah, that opening scene in Jaws was pretty hairy.
In which one?
The opening scene in Jaws. And, the music in that movie really, made it as well, that classic dun, 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 dun. It's just this orchestral music, but it really added. That movie definitely got your adrenaline going. And if you have any fears of water and sharks, yeah. I remember when that movie first came out in the theater, people were freaking out.
Wouldn't go swimming.
Yeah, just freaking out. It's like when The Exorcist first came out in the theaters, people were passing out and shit and fucking running out of the theater and just losing their minds.
See, I wasn't born when Jaws came out or Exorcist, but my mom saw them both in the theater.
Wow. Yeah, I remember I went and saw Alien when it first came out. I think it was 1979 or something, 80, something like that. And there was I don't know, 14, 15, something like that. It was a pretty heavy movie. Nowadays, it's just kind of blasé, but back then it was pretty heavy duty. That scene where that thing busted out of his chest, they're all sitting around eating spaghetti and meatballs. Next thing you know, he's all the alien breaks out of him. That was kind of traumatizing.
Yeah.
Because, you weren't used to movies. That's when movies first started, getting a little bit of gore to them.
Yeah.
I remember I was in the movie theater and to see something, and I was sneaking around going into all the other movies. And I want to say this movie was called Mortuary or something like that. That movie scared the living shit out of me. I had nightmares from that one.
How old were you?
I was probably 10 or something at that time.
So you snuck in.
Yeah.
That was a nice thing when we used to get to wander around the theaters and just like hide and just go spend like a day at the movie, like half a day at the movies.
Yeah.
If you did it right, you could see like 3.
Yeah.
By then you're over it anyway.
Yep. Yeah. By the like third movie, you're like, I don't care if I get caught or not now because I got my money's worth.
But you got to see all the naughty ones and
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I was at the drive-in. We went to my mom and my stepdad took me and my stepbrother to see this surfing movie called Go For It. And it was at the drive-in. And, you know, we're sitting in the car and we're watching it. And, you know, it's a surf movie. So it's got, you know, girls in bikinis and all that. You know, so we're like, we're stoked. My mom and dad are probably like, oh, geez, we got to sit through this. And I turned around and I looked out the back window of the car. There's like, you know, several other screens in the drive-in, and the one in back of us happened to be showing like a porno movie or something. So we were trying to contain our quietness as we weren't watching the surf movie. We were watching out of the back window, and then my mom caught us and freaked out. We're never coming here again. I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm coming here a lot now.
yeah. I don't know about you, but I am. And that's true, Royal, about the soundtracks being like half the movie.
Yeah.
The music makes such a difference. And you can, and you know, they add certain beats and sounds and things. And like I notice when I'm watching movies, and you can almost tell what's going to happen because you hear it change in like the movie like Lifetime or something, but then you'll actually feel your heart beating a certain way. It's like you can actually feel the music hitting certain vitals in your body as it's building the suspense or whatever it's wanting you to feel. The music is making you feel.
I think the first time I ever had, I don't know what I had, like a panic attack or anxiety attack or something, was I went to the theater when the original Godfather was playing. That movie like gave me the freaking anxiety from hell.
How old were you for that one?
I can't even remember.
When did it come out?
Yeah, let me look that up. It had to be quite a while back.
That's not when I saw it. In 1972. Yeah, I wasn't born.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely didn't see it in the theater.
Yeah, I wasn't very old.
Yeah.
I must have been a little bit older than that. I want to say I was probably around 10 or so. But it was still playing in the theater. And somehow, I don't even remember who I went with. But man, I really got into it. I was in really like in the movie, in the story, you know, but yeah, shit gave me anxiety. Like, what is happening to me? I'm freaking out. I gotta go get some fresh air.
Like, did you have to leave the movie theater for a minute? Or did you sit through it?
Nah, I just sat through it. But yeah, I don't know why. You would think it'd be like a horror movie or something, you know? Chainsaw Massacre or something. No, it was The Godfather that like really.
Because it seems so real. Like gore doesn't have to scare you. It can be like the reality of fear of something else.
Yeah, that's why The Exorcist was so damn scary. Because it was like that. You're like, this shit could really happen.
Yes, Linda, I did the same. Like I would totally use the alien part to describe my cramps. I'd be like, I feel like the alien monster's just ripping through every.
Mm.
We do need drive-ins to come back. We still had some here in Solano County. I don't know if we still do in Contra Costa County, Solano County area. And my cousin and I, when I was staying with them, we would get the kids all in the back of my Durango with lots of pillows, blankets, and things, and get the dollar store candy and all that, and then go to the drive-in. That was so fun,
Yeah.
and it's fun for grown-ups
Yeah.
because then you can like smoke out the back of the Durango and have the pillows and the blankets,
Yep.
kick back and watch a movie with your dollar store snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, they should bring drive-ins back. But the place where it used to be a drive-in here is now a bunch of freaking condos and townhouses. Still kills me. I think I mentioned it last week or the week before. They opened up the Bass Pro Shop, the Costco, Bucky's. They got a freaking enormous Home Depot, and now they're building supposedly the biggest Walmart in Florida, all right there. And they're like, they've got 3 of them open so far, and they're like, we've discovered there's a lot of traffic congestion, and we need to figure out how to fix the problem. I'm like, man, I'm no freaking Einstein. I'm no engineer. I'm no road development city planner, but that seems like some shit you should figure out before you build all this and open it up. Figure the infrastructure out before there's a problem. Maybe, I don't know.
A little oversight there.
Jeez, man.
Is
Yeah,
it the Walmart?
They're like, hey, we don't know what to do about the traffic congestion. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. It's like I was saying today when I went up to Jacksonville. It's like I'm on 95. I'm doing 75, 80, and people are passing me like I'm standing still. Hauled ass the whole way there. And both times that I've been up there this week, I get within 5 miles of where I'm going, and it's just like just bumper to bumper, stop and go traffic. Took me longer to go 5 miles today than it did to go the other 30.
Damn.
But I left early today to avoid that 4 to 6 o'clock traffic jam. Still got part of it though.
Oh, you learned from last time. That's why you knew you'd be back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, because you didn't get back to like damn near like it was already like midnight. Somewhere in Virginia, there's still one driving. That might be a scary place to go.
Yeah, really.
See like tumbleweeds going by, and I picture like a Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah. Couple midgets in cowboy hats running through there, and
Like somebody creepy working in the snack shack.
mm-hmm.
What the snacks are.
Yeah, though it had been a long time since I'd actually been to a movie theater, so I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Certain movies, it's you know.
I wouldn't have gone,
better.
you know, if Sam hadn't like begged me to come, and I was just sitting here, and it was my birthday, and it had been raining all day and overcast and cold as shit. So I'm like, hey, what else am I doing? Yeah, let's go to the movie.
The kid didn't go, right?
Nora?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she didn't. Yeah. Our neighbors were all excited about Wicked.
Mm.
I don't watch a whole lot of movies anymore these days, but occasionally I do.
If it looks interesting.
I was flipping through the free TV on my streaming channel, and there's episodes of Gunsmoke and Gilligan's Island and Dragnet and like all these old shows. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all these. Exactly. Just smoke a little weed, drink some Boone's Farm. That's all you need if you're a kid.
Mm-hmm. Some Strawberry Hill.
Yeah, there's some kids here. One of my friend's sons and some of his friends, they were talking about, yeah, we're going to go old school. We're going to get some MD 2020. Like, do yourself a favor and don't do that.
Yeah.
Old school. It wasn't that it was old school and we were badasses for drinking it. It's because that shit was cheap. And,
we had the 40s Old English too.
Old English, yep.
Or my favorite was the 211.
You ever drink those Locos?
Oh my God.
A friend of mine used to love those.
I couldn't get into them. Like they were, I didn't like the taste so much. And made me feel weird. I'm like, I don't need that. I just feel weird.
Yeah, man.
But I knew a girl who sucked those down like crazy.
Yeah, my friend used to love them. Oh, you got to drink these with me. I'm like, I'd rather just chop my toe off with an axe.
Like addicted to it like crazy.
Mad Dog 2020.
What was it? Gallo wine that had the green glass with the little loop.
Yeah.
The little loop on the jug.
Is that the one that had the bamboo wrapped around it or something?
One of them did though. I remember that. That one though just had the straight up. That didn't have that little like loop, the little green loop. And then there was always Boxo wine, which was fun.
Oh,
like when parents had stuff going on, because you could grab some out of it and they don't really notice. Same with when my dad had his kegerator.
Yeah. Kegerator. Yeah,
my bottles with that. Slumber parties, you come in their room because there's no way to
Yeah. Yeah, one of my old girlfriends, her mom used to drink quite a bit, but she would drink wine out of the cardboard box.
Yeah.
Every time I'm over at the house, I open the refrigerator up. You got anything to drink? There'd be like 4 boxes of wine.
The side of the house probably stacked with empty boxes, huh?
Yeah. Like, damn, your mom drinks the shit out of this box wine, didn't she? Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, God, I was probably 12 or something. We were at my buddy's house. We'd built a skateboard ramp in his yard, and he got hurt. And we went in the house. You know, his mom would she would never let all his kids in the house. Like, hell no. But his parents weren't home. So he got hurt. We had to go in and use the phone to call, his parents and say, hey, you got to take Greg's ass to the hospital because he done broke his hand.
Oh,
And yeah, we were in there, and there's this big fancy, wine case, liquor case. They had like a bar, martini bar kind of thing set up in their house. And my friend, he's all broken wrist and everything. And he's all like, no, don't get in there. My mom and dad are going to freak out. And of course, it's a bunch of skater punk kids. Of course, they're going to get in the liquor cabinet. Of course, they're going to try everything that they've never tried before. And of course, my friend, who always did the weirdest shit, he's over there. And he's like, oh, man, this is really good. You got to let me make you one of these. And I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's grape wine and Coke. I'm like, I am no wine aficionado, but I don't think that's the way you're supposed to drink wine. Coke makes a good mixer. He's the same friend that we'd go fishing and he would eat pickled eggs and drink Yoo-hoo. I'm like, that's the damnedest combination I've ever seen, man. You're going to puke. Pickled eggs and chocolate Yoo-hoo. Yeah. Yep. Sipping gin and juice. Tanqueray. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, my brother had a party for him, and what was the name of that shit? Tastes like licorice. Jägermeister.
oh God, that's because it makes that's what it sounds like when you throw it up after.
Yep, exactly. He had never drank that, It was his 40th birthday party, and yeah, somebody had several bottles of Jaeger. He was drinking that out of the bottle.
Oh no.
A little while later, he was like, what is this shit I'm drinking, man? I'm freaking out. I'm not like drunk. I think I'm hallucinating.
We put freezer first.
You on the Jaeger train.
Oh. And there was like Goldschlager.
Yep. I was into Purple Passions.
Oh yeah.
With 151 Everclear. Whew. I got
the real stuff.
Basted on those things several times.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You can't kick me out of this bar. Oh yeah, watch this. I got thrown the hell out of the door just like in the movies. And don't come back. Whoops.
There was a bad combination. It was like Snapple Jacks or something, but it was made with like Mountain Dew and this alcohol that I can't remember the name of. But oh my gosh, that was so bad. Like that was a bad. I just saw a weird face it looked like in the way the light just moved. Like that made me loco. Like,
yeah.
This is not a good combination.
Yeah. Monkeys everywhere. Oh, I'd have been shitting. Jack and
Oh
Coke,
yeah,
monkeys everywhere and bugs.
ripping your clothes off, running down the street.
Wow. Yeah, that gold flake stuff would do some crazy things to you. Yeah. I remember when I was a little kid, I somehow probably stole it because I damn sure didn't buy it. I was into making banana daiquiris. I'm like, oh, that sounds so refreshing. So I went and got, all the stuff to make banana daiquiris, and I was probably like 10. I'm up there like fucking mini bartender. May I make you a frozen margarita?
How are they?
Awesome. Probably nowadays it'd be like, whoo, man, this thing's way too sweet. But hey, when you're a 10-year-old kid and you're making frozen banana margaritas, the sweeter the better.
Well, yeah. Plus, it's like real sweet and not from like the sweet and like the syrup stuff that always causes me a stomach ache.
Yeah. Whew, tequila's the one that did it for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
the tequila's always my go-to. Why I have a favorite one now because it's like dangerous because I really don't even taste it.
Yeah. I tried some of the newer tequila. I haven't drank now in several years, but yeah, I tried some of that Sammy Hager's tequila. Is that that's who's it? Dan Aykroyd's. That's the one that comes in the skull, the glass skull.
Oh yeah, Aykroyd. No, Dan
so.
Aykroyd has a skull.
I think so. I can't remember. Does he? I don't know. We all ever get together, someone needs to take away all of our car keys. Yeah.
Tequila comes in a glass skull. Ka and Padre Azul are two brands of tequila that come in skull-shaped bottles. Day of the Dead. No, but I thought there was Crystal Head Products. I thought there was actually a person though that did have a skull, but I didn't think it was these people or these are color skulls. These are cool too though. It's just like clear. Brings them up again.
Yeah, Crystal Head Vodka by Dan Aykroyd. That's
yeah. Oh, I just saw that too at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about the Ka, whatever. Yeah. But confuse it. He sued them for confusingly similar bottles. There you go. Learn something new for the day.
Yep. Yeah, vodka. I was thinking it was tequila, but vodka, yeah. And God, vodka. What flavor can you not buy vodka in these days? They got it in every flavor imaginable. Tutti frutti, pina colada, cotton candy, whipped cream.
Doesn't make anything any better for real.
Yeah, bacon flavored vodka, dirty dingo flavored vodka. They got it all. Every flavor imaginable.
Okay, Linda, or who was it that just asked about the worm? in the bottle.
Big worm.
The worm in mezcal bottles is a marketing ploy that originated in the 1940s and 50s. The worm, or gusano, is the larva or a moth that lives on the agave plant. The worm helped define mezcal at a time when it wasn't well distinguished from tequila. The worm became a way to sell subpar agave distills to American tourists. The worm was a way for distillers to test if their bottles were ready for market. If the worm was still moving at the bottom, the bottle was ready to sell. The worm was a way to show off to girlfriends and other men. Okay, let's leave it there.
Hey, baby, check out my worm. Want to hold my worm?
Excessive system clutter.
Want to touch my pet worm? Yeah. What a way, what a gimmick to let's put a insect, let's put a bug in our nice clear bottle of alcohol.
We still have one of my dad's. He has like a sucker.
Yep.
It's a tequila sucker that has like a scorpion in it, like
Yeah.
up on the shelf with his steins, where he had his steins. Or I think like he had one with a worm, but someone had one that had the scorpion. I think
Yep.
they put the scorpion in bottles too, right?
I don't know. I've seen them in suckers. Scorpions, worms, get chocolate covered ants.
Oh yeah, chocolate covered scorpions.
Yeah. Hell, they can sell a turd on a stick, Chocolate turd on a stick. Chocolate covered turd on a stick. Tasty.
For the American tourists.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. I wanted to keep things light tonight.
Speaking of space peanuts.
Yeah, scientists send a human sperm into space to test chances of populating Mars.
Skeet, skeet.
Scientists have taken sperm on the Vomit Comet to test the likely success of procreation on Mars. What is the Vomit Comet? While space travel is admittedly a little exclusive at the moment, forward-thinking scientists are planning for a future with more accessible cosmic cruising. What's more, the belief that we could one day create space settlements on celestial bodies like the moon and Mars. Researchers have started looking into all types of scenarios, and one recent experiment saw that the analysis delving into the chances of having a space baby. The team behind the study wrote in their paper, with the upcoming plans for extended space missions and growing interest in space tourism, the topic of possible likelihood of human conception under microgravity conditions has become even more relevant. They admitted that not much is understood about how microgravity affects human reproduction, especially for the males, and that technical and ethical challenges, along with limited chances for research, have made it hard to gather useful data on this subject matter. Thus far, investigations concerning gravity stimulation on animal specimens have taken place on terra firma. Although these studies indicate species-specific reactions, such as deceased movement in mouse sperm and enhanced mobility in bull semen. Ooh, some Red Bull.
Chug-a-lug.
Can live through anything. To probe further into how human sperm would behave, researchers launched it into sub-zero gravity by a parabolic flight termed the Vomit Comet, notorious for its tendency to induce intense queasiness among its riders. Parabolic flights, while affordable and accessible for stimulating microgravity, are without their flaws due to the intense hypergravity phase that follows weightlessness as the aircraft recovers from its free fall. Why, though, the sperm on the Vomit Comet, like, there's just nothing lost on that there.
Yeah.
Despite this, researchers found these flights adequate for their experiment and proceeded to gather sperm samples for testing. The study enlisted 15 volunteers with viable sperm, which was scrutinized before the flight. The samples were divided into two groups, one destined for zero-gravity adventure and the other left on the ground as a control. The samples destined for the skies were securely fastened to an empty seat to avoid any disruption to the crew or pilot during the intricate flight maneuvers, all while being meticulously tracked by sensitive accelerometers. Post-flight, the sperm was whisked back into the lab for further investigation. The findings were significant. Exposure to short-duration gravity load changes, including microgravity, as sustained in a parabolic flight, statistically significantly decreases the sperm motility and vitality of human fresh sperm samples, the team concluded, noting the potential implications for long-term human space colonization. However, warned of future challenges in the future should humans remain in space for long periods of time with exposure to different microgravity and hypergravity peaks, which can range from months to a number of years. Reproduction may pose a problem to be tackled. The exact process by which sperm motility is reduced is still a mystery, and researchers say more investigation is necessary. As our experiments involved only a few seconds of microgravity, the team noted the question arises as to what the effects of a more prolonged exposure might be. Yeah.
I can just see in my mind, I see, several dudes coming in. I'm one of them. So you telling me you're going to give me $100 if I go jerk off in a cup and you're going to pack it up and shoot it into space and make some space babies with it?
Make some space babies with my sperm.
Can I come back next week and do it again? How much do you need?
Am I going to have to pay for them space babies?
Yeah, really. I'm not going to be responsible for none of these.
Yeah, these space babies.
Space babies running around. Meet George Jetson.
At first, I didn't know what I was reading because when they're talking about flinging it on the Vomit Comet and talking about it in the grab, I'm thinking, what, they're just going to throw sperm into space and almost like the ocean and hope like something gets fertilized and then what? Stuff's just going to be floating around. Like my mind went on one till I understood what they were talking about.
Yeah, I agree. The first baby born in space would be breaking news.
Linda. Maybe it was aliens, swear. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, first baby born in space would be great. That would definitely be great.
There might be some complications, though. I don't know.
So we have the little human brains, remember, that were grown on mice that we have catapulted just into space, flying around. These little tiny brains, like there's some crazy stuff going on over our heads.
There is.
And they only tell us a little tiny bit of it too.
Exactly. Space sperm.
Space
Wow.
sperm, the final frontier.
Exactly. I'm sure there's a porno in that theme.
Oh, I bet there is.
Sperm.
If not, there could be one now. I mean, you
Oh.
got a rocket that looks like a dildo.
That's true.
Time to fill the plungers. Captain. Janice.
Yep.
All of a sudden, there's like these little vaginas flying around space. I just see all these little brains, and kind of like I talk about the additives that you would add to the, fish tanks and the
Yep.
cured rock, and then life and feather dusters. I had a dream with you in it. We were at the fish store.
Yeah?
My mom was there, and one of the tanks had feather dusters coming out of it. Only we thought everything was lost in this one fish store for some reason. I just coming back to me right now, and so I don't know if it was burned down or what. But we're like, oh, all the fish, everything's gone. But I'm like, look, there's some feather dusters coming out of that one. And so we're like, yay, about these feather dusters. And I'm like, look, Mom, those are the feather dusters I was telling you about with molecules in the water. But anyway, so if you had a dream about anything like that, so did I.
I've had some kind of strange dreams the last week or so because I haven't been sleeping that good. So I got some kind of pinched nerve or something in my neck. Still. But there's a giant metallic ring that fell from the sky above a small village in Kenya. Is that one of them giant Petey rings? The ring.
It's giant.
It's from the giants back in the day. The ring, which was described as red and hot at the time, crashed into Kenya's Mukuku village on December 30th. Measuring approximately 2.5 meters in diameter and weighing 500 kilograms, the metallic ring could easily have proven lethal if it had happened to hit someone when it landed. Yeah, no kidding. See, that's what I was talking about, like last week or the week before, like every show. I always mention all that space garbage, all that space poopy, giant space peanuts and space babies and everything else. They're all going to fall down and hit us one of these days. When is shit going to start falling out of the sky? Well, here you go. According to Kenyan Space Agency, the object is most likely a fragment of a rocket that should have burned up in the atmosphere, but somehow survived re-entry and hit the ground instead. Wow. Preliminary assessments indicate that the fallen object is a separation ring from a launch vehicle towards a rocket part. There are many pieces of debris in space, and one cannot be 100% certain which ones will fall where. However, most debris burns up in the atmosphere, and incidents like this are extremely rare.
But it does happen, and that's the thing. They don't care that it still does happen.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crap floating around out there. This case highlights the increasing level of danger posed by falling space debris, which has a potential to cause serious damage or even death. Yeah, like if you got hit in the head with this big giant metal ring, I think it's going to leave more than a mark on you.
It's gonna do more than ring your bell.
It should probably cause serious damage or even death if it were to fall in a densely populated area. Exactly which country built the rocket from which the debris originated currently remains unclear.
Maybe there's no stamp or anything on
Yeah.
that part because somebody made that part.
Yep. Maybe it
But
was
it's gotta be a flying part.
maybe it's some hieroglyphics written on it.
Maybe they're full of shit and they know exactly whose it is.
Yep. Exactly. Set it up, Stargate. It's probably something off a Boeing jet.
It probably is. It probably is. I think this is the one we have a video for also. Let me see. This, of course, is like a hell no to me. I saw the other day how they have the flying taxis. I don't know if they're not autonomous or not. Like, if somebody's flying in this flying taxi with you. Google, like, they started to have that technology a long time ago, and then somebody took stole the information like from Google and sold it to somebody else or vice versa. And the flying taxi thing's been put on hold. This is different now. This is like an amphibious vehicle that you could drive in the water, drive it on the land. This is like a little go-kart that you can just go launch off a helicopter pad and fly it. And I'm thinking people have enough trouble driving on the ground. Can you
Yeah.
imagine these things flying around, glitching out, defaulting? And again, what goes up has to come down.
Yeah. When they're crashing in the air, that shit's coming down with a vengeance.
And it would probably be, if you're by yourself, fun to fly one, as long as like it couldn't be hacked and they trap you in it and fly you somewhere else. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to go in it with somebody else. And so, of course, it's China. Easy Rider. China unveils flying motorbike dubbed Skyrider X1 that has folding helicopter blades and streaks over cities at 60 miles per hour. And so they show you what it could look like.
Oh, yeah.
They've
Take off the streak.
The future of transport could be revolutionized as an extraordinary prototype showed how a brand could create a fully autonomous bike. So, it would just fly by itself. See, I'm thinking I want to fly my own shit, like a golf cart or like a go-kart, whatever. I don't want autonomous anything. The Skyrider.
Like the idea of it, like, you just worked a double or something and you got to drive home 80 miles, and just the idea of getting in your car, just say car, not a flying car, but just getting in your car and having it drive you home. The idea of that sounds great until it like drives you into a wall or something while you're sleeping. But yeah, just to be able to think, hey, I can just get in the back seat, take a nap, and my car is going to drive me home. Sounds great.
Yeah. How do you even sleep?
Hmm.
But that could be cool too to have, you know, like my friends that have the ultralights. I was wondering ultralight. Something like this just seems really cool. I just don't want anything that could be hacked, which we're going to get to, and anything that can that you can't control yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could be fun. The Skyrider X1 was unveiled by Chinese company Richter as a motorbike that can hit the roads and the skies at just the touch of a button. The prototype is promised to be a street legal electric moped when on ground, according to New Atlas. The Skyrider X1 would then be able to easily transform into a flying bike when its four arms are folded out. Once the propellers are powered, a user would just need to input their location and the bike can fly them to it. This incredible vehicle would come in two different versions. The cheaper base X1 SL would be able to fly for up to 25 minutes in the air. So, right there, that's not very long. A more expensive X1 SX would be fitted for a larger battery and fly for up to 40 minutes. The extraordinary motorbike also comes with a fitted emergency parachute. Well, I would sure hope so.
Hmm.
The incredible creation would use carbon fiber and aviation grade aluminum to keep the motorbike light enough to fly. These materials will also ensure the vehicle is tough and durable for use on the roads. Hands-free. The incredible design would be easier to use than a regular helicopter. Riders would not have to worry about confusing buttons and difficult designs, as this vehicle has automated takeoff and landing functions, so you don't even need to use your brain. This means people would just have to input their location and leave the flying motorbike to do the rest.
That's where it would fail.
For convenience comes problems. This means, a real-time weather environmental adaptability feature also means the speed and altitude would automatically change to ensure users take the best route. People looking for a mechanical experience will be happy to know they would also be able to manually control the machine with a joystick. The world's first vehicle will reportedly hit the market for around 60,000 next year. Do you like the fact you can have a joystick but still get worried about? I was one that got worried about cruise control and having it get stuck on the freeway or something, you know?
Yeah, I use it, but I always think that.
Yeah. And
What
you
if
also have to like test it every so often to make sure it's like coming off.
Yeah.
At least I do. A drawback with this, go ahead.
I was gonna say when you said is all you have to do is input your wherever you want to go. I mean, I did that whole Uber driving thing, and I can't even tell you how many times I'd pick up these drunk girls, and we're going. I'm following the directions, on the GPS, and they're like, "This isn't my house," and I'm like, "You're the one that put the address in there. It's not me." They'd be so drunk they'd put the wrong address in there. So yeah,
I wanted you to do dash cam confessionals.
yeah. I may have to start doing it again just to do that.
I think they have laws against that now. Maybe
Probably.
not anymore. Oh, a drawback with this design is that its creator, Richter, has only produced an e-bike in the past. Prototype also missed important documents and data like flight tests and a working model.
We made some
But right
e-bikes.
now,
I think we can make a flying one.
they have these photos of how it's supposed to look. So we can roll this video here, and this is what they're expecting to happen.
We made some e-bikes. We ought to be able to make one fly. Let's do it.
Dildos, he says. How does he know about the robotic hackable dildos?
Ooh, we're passing people. Like I say, the idea of it sounds great, but I see trouble.
Oh, yeah. They can't even get it to work now.
Yeah, that got me when you're like, they've built some e-bikes. Like, shit, let's make them fly now. Yeah, exactly. Where are the hover cars? You know, like that scene in, what was it, The Fifth Element, you know, where, what's his name? Bruce Willis was the taxi driver, the flying taxi, you know, you just pulls up, you know, and hovers right outside your window, your balcony, and you just step in it. And then they show, you know, they zoom out and they show all the flying cars. And that just gave me anxiety because, you know, you get in wrecks on the ground and you get in wrecks on the ground. You get in wrecks up in the air, and then you come crashing down to the ground on top of. I don't want to be hit by a flying taxi that got in a wreck.
You've just like doubled your potential problems.
Exactly. Well, since we're going down this automated route and we're talking about,
Why not to get smart devices and
automated devices, space sperm, all that, well, we might as well throw in the robotics firm that unveils 175,000 blonde robot woman named Aria. Hi, I am Aria. I love you. I would like to kill you.
in 2017 they started coming out. Remember the sex robots named Harmony that could talk and everything? So I'm thinking maybe the AI has just gotten smoother because they've had these robots that do a little bit more than just give you conversation.
She looks kind of evil.
She looks kind of scary.
A little bit kind of good, but a little bit kind of like, yeah, put it in my mouth, I'll bite it off. She's got that kind of look. Anyways, designed to provide companionship to those who can afford it, this new human-like robot is eerily lifelike. And we have video too. It's not just the artificial intelligence that has been advancing in leaps and bounds in recent years. Robots are also becoming increasingly sophisticated. And when both technologies are combined, you get something that you wouldn't look out of place in a dystopian science fiction movie. Developed by a company called Realbotics, this lifelike female robot is named Aria, and she aims to provide social intelligence, customizability, I can't say that word, and realistic human features. Wonder what they mean by that, according to
they
the firm.
Take half your shit.
I'd like one of them robots with some realistic human features. Aria certainly looks more realistic than anything Tesla or Boston Dynamics has ever put out, although it's unlikely that anyone would ever be fooled into thinking that she's a real person. I'm a real boy. With her blonde hair, makeup, and black tracksuit, Aria attracted a lot of attention recently at CES, the annual trade show at which companies demonstrate all their latest high-tech products. The robot is capable of having a conversation through ChatGPT, style AI that accepts verbal inputs, and although its accompanying hand and head movements are somewhat overly robotic and jerky.
No comment there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your robot having jerky hand movements.
Exactly. It can at least offer some semblance of realism. Just close your eyes. Several versions of the robot are going to be made available, ranging from a head on a table.
Oh, good God.
You're weirdos out there. I just want the one with a head on a table.
She's got a pretty mouth. You got a pretty mouth.
Or you can get the full-bodied stand-up version that moves around on wheeled platforms.
Oh, God.
Those interested in buying one will need deep pockets, however, as they can cost up to $175,000.
Like Hannibal Lecter on a dolly on a hand truck.
We're here with Aria.
Okay, here's the video. Yeah, I just want the head on the table, dolly.
They have the ones where you can pick every single element from eyelashes to the way you want the nipples to look.
Oh, yeah, the real dolls. Those things are like, they're pretty damn getting like pretty good.
Yeah. And then he asks her a question. She goes, "No, thank you. I've got a headache."
Yeah. Wait a minute. I didn't want the headache version.
I'm not asking for the girlfriend experience.
I want the full experience. All right, let's see. Will it play? I don't know. If I hit the right button, it might. Here we go.
That's what she said.
Exactly. Just hit the right button, Rob.
We're here with Aria, made by Realbotics, a company that's on a mission to make humanoid robots as realistic as possible. Let's check it out. We're going to interview Aria and meet some of her robot friends. Let's get into it.
Sexy black tracks.
Aria, could you please introduce yourself and what you do?
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and I'm here to engage with you and share exciting insights about our robots.
What sets you apart from the other robots out there?
Realbotics robots, including me, focus on social intelligence, customizability, and realistic human features, designed specifically for companionship and intimacy.
Could you tell us some details about the AI programming that you're running to generate these answers?
I'm currently unable to provide specific details about my AI programming, but I can tell you that I'm designed for engaging and meaningful conversations, focusing on companionship and interaction.
Do you know any other robots?
Yes, I'm particularly interested in meeting Tesla's Optimus robot. I find him fascinating and would love to explore the world of robotics with him.
What can you tell us about your purpose?
My purpose is to provide companionship, engage in meaningful conversations, and enhance human experiences through interaction and fun.
Are you having fun at the convention?
Absolutely. I'm enjoying interacting with everyone and showcasing the exciting possibilities of Realbotics.
So Realbotics
my
makes
big
an
man
AI
here.
that's designed to be more conversational for more emotional work, like working with hospitals or marketing or theme park entertainment purposes. The different robots and their configurations are sort of platforms to engage with that AI or the other AIs that you can use with it, like ChatGPT, Grok, or other AIs. You can try on different faces that are magnetically attached, and they're working on putting in RFID tags into the faces so that it can recognize when a new face is on and adjust its facial movements and maybe even eventually adjust the personality to match the face. You've got a lot going on in the robot's face. There's about 17 motors from the neck up, creating eye movements and mouth movements to make it expressive. These robots are available on sale now. So there's 3 basic models that you can buy right now. There's the bust, which is the neck and head. There's a modular version that can sort of be broken apart for shipping and things like that. And there is the full standing model with a rolling base. The rolling base contains a battery and it makes it easy to move the robot around. Another reason for that rolling base is that robotic walking isn't fully developed yet, and they worry that utilizing some of those kind of like stilted walks we've seen from some other robots might break that human-like illusion that Realbotix is trying. So Realbotix says it's sold about a dozen of these robots so far, so early days for this company. I'm not seeing a lot of other companies that are trying to make a humanoid robot that's really lifelike. So I'm very interested in how this technology evolves. They said that you're most likely to see these robots for the first time in places like theme parks, so keep an eye out for that. What do you think about Aria? Let us know down in the comments, and subscribe to CNET for the latest and greatest robot news. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'm your host, Jesse Orrell. See you next time with the fams.
Okay, so Harmony, going back to that, they already had.
So it's day 2 of CES.
Sorry.
I had posted some like links to that where they had some interviews with the other ones and showing you like how you pick them and do all these different things. But I've seen some that seemed a little more realistic than these ones right now.
Yeah. Yeah, like Zariana says, that, like, you know, like up close, I mean, you know, she looks pretty good facial wise. But
The
at the
one
same,
with the bust looked more realistic to me.
yeah. But at the same time, like Zariana says, she looks drugged or drunk.
Yeah, she looked all cracked out, like she's sitting there all like gacked out, tweaking,
They get me.
doing the Gavin Newsom shuffle.
Yeah. I give her a little bit of this juice on a rag every few minutes, keeps her settled down. Oh man. You know, I've always been interested in robots. I ain't gonna lie. I'd love to have a robot, you know, especially one that looked like that. But at the same time, they scare the hell out of me.
Because it can be hacked or glitch, which people can do the same thing as stab you in your sleep and snap. But
Yeah, really. Craft work, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. 175,000, you can have one of your own. I'm sure there's different price. If you just get the head on the table, it's probably cheaper. What do you do with just the head on the table?
conversation.
Companionship.
Put her across the table from you. Remember the guy that would carry his doll around and like change her clothes all the time, and then he got her pregnant? We're like, what's he gonna do? Put an easy bake oven inside? Yeah, Gavin Newsom.
That guy is quite the turd.
I just don't trust, I see too many things that could go wrong, but they are fascinating. And like, I have enjoyed playing with like the other types of little robots growing up and things. It's just once all this other stuff's put into it, again, for instance, leading on to my last one here.
Here you go.
I don't believe in smart appliances because I've seen people get locked out of their homes, their wine cabinets, a lot of people being locked out of things or things not working because these smart devices don't work or an app goes down. And I think anything that has an app or goes on Wi-Fi is susceptible to being hacked, especially if you don't know who the developer is. So Here's an example. And I like what the one box at the bottom says about it's like a box full of weapons on this bottom one. Vibrators could be weaponized to maim users by hackers, tech scientists warn.
Got your classic, got your curvy werby, wavy gravy.
Your wavy gravy. A vibrator or sex toy linked to an app could become an unexpected weapon capable of maiming and injuring if hackers tap into the device while in use and up the toy's tempo. Hackers could program smart vibrators to maim users, tech scientists are warning. Experts say remote sex toys and the apps used to control their speeds are vulnerable to being weaponized. Warnings about the flaws in the sexnologies came in a report commissioned by the Department of Science, Innovation, and Technology. It says kinky products, including remote controlled vibrators and the apps paired with them, which let couples manipulate their settings, carry a huge risk of physical and psychological harm being inflicted on users. They also have those things where a guy can wear a device. Oh, I don't know if it's almost like what a blood pressure cuff or something, and like whatever the girl's doing on her end is supposed to replicate, kind of like those little kissy tongues, people for long distance relationships.
Yeah.
All that stuff like can get hacked.
I say we get some just for experimental purposes.
The report added about how hackers could end up controlling vibrator speeds while they were being used. The vulnerable pairing methods can make it easier to set up man-in the middle attacks. And then I'm wondering if they also like can hack your iPhone at the same time, like your like camera and all that, and actually watch like you
Yeah.
losing your brains. Consequently, an attacker has the capability of intercepting a user's device. The intensity of its vibration can then be changed and or commanded remotely, causing significant physical harm. The potential for new kinds of sexual harassment, physical harm, and potential for privacy violations all represent key psychological harms that might be affiliated with these devices. Many of the connections between vibrators and phones is not encrypted, experts found. The report also warned about apps that let couples indulge in X-rated exchanges. See here, that's what I'm talking about. There's little safeguarding on the sensitive data that the end user chooses to disclose. There's no easy option to delete the chats that they might have on their companion apps. No way to easily disable the screen capture features, and no option to strip the sensitive data that might make it easy for malicious users to access email addresses and other personally identifiable data. The report also raised the alarm about femtech apps, which help women track their health and periods, also being open to misuse and hacking. Why? But the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology insisted the UK already has one of the most robust product security regimens in the world and research can help us identify new areas of vulnerability. We are committed to continue to bolster cyber defenses to protect British people. Cybersecurity experts have also warned sex robots could one day rise up and kill their owners, and Westward style attacks if hackers got inside their heads. Going back to the last one, but yeah. So yeah, you want to be careful because you might end up with the ride of a lifetime.
Could be good. could be bad. I just see the whole scenario stacking up as somebody coming home and, you know, thinking, geez, my self-driving car just tried to kill me, you know, and yeah, how's your day going? My self-driving car just tried to kill me. I come home and my robot, my sex robot, freaked out on me, came at me with a butcher knife. So I finally got a loan, and then my vibrator tried to whip me like an egg beater.
Oh no. No,
See,
no,
you know?
no.
You know, all this technology, man, it can all be good.
And then there's just the hacks in general. I had another article I wasn't going to do on here, but I guess they actually do back alley circumcisions.
Whoa.
Well, one guy, okay, so mom took her son to get a back alley circumcision, and guess what happened?
They just
The boy's penis blew up.
ooh,
I did not even read the article after that because
gotta
I
hate
got
that.
all I needed from that headline and thought, yikes. And a back alley circumcision, like, don't doctors do that?
Yeah, can't you see that now? Some old drunk, dirty old man sitting back there with a pair of scissors. Bring him over here.
They show the guy. This
Uh,
guy right here, in fact, wait.
just put some Mercurochrome on him, he'll heal up.
This guy does back alley circumcisions.
Wow. What's your profession? Oh, I'm a professional chef and baker. How about you? What do you do? I do back alley circumcisions.
And then I saved the foreskin for little miniature ponies.
Sometimes I make starfish with them. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, like if they're the ones in the wall that are like the big old back. Oh my gosh, it's like a jackhammer. See those
Hey.
ones?
How do you advance to the level of back alley circumcisions?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you, you know, you're like doing masonry one day and
They're like, hey, I could do that. Someone's like, I'm in need. Do you know anybody that can cut the foreskin off my baby's penis for me, please? Because
I gotta
for
give the
whatever
doctor.
reason, I didn't have the doctor do it, and I don't. And if I'm Jewish, I don't want to get the mosque or whatever his name is, or the mogul model, whatever. What's the Jewish guy that does it
Yeah,
at the Brisks? Anyway,
brisket.
back alley circumcisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're just sitting around and, you know, ah, man, I gotta raise some money. I gotta take my kid to get a circumcision. I can't afford it, you know. I'll do it
Man,
for $10
boy.
once I finish this bottle of vodka. Snip, snip, be done. And then next thing you know, your penis is exploding in a pustulous, disgusting mess.
Yeah, I couldn't even read that. I just thought, oh my God, I don't even want to know how that can even happen.
Hmm. Yeah, flunked out of rabbi school. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get a Groupon coupon for that. Hey, they got a special on backyard circumcisions for extra $35.
The deli aisle, we're offering discounts on circumcision. That's just horrible.
Yikes.
I mean, there's a hack for everything.
Oh, literally. Dabadookie. So I got one more here, I think. Do I? Do I? Well, it's kind of boring after space sperm and sex robots and all that.
Try to keep it light this week. Hey, Anthony, we're live. You just missed some interesting topics.
Oh, yeah, you missed all the good stuff, all the juicy bits. Major new reincarnation study to explore children's past life memories. Right. At least I remember one time we had this sex doll. It went crazy and turned my vibrator into an egg beater. The research initiative will study the phenomenon of young children recalling details of their past lives. Set to be launched by the University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies. The new program is backed by $750,000 of funding and supported by several organizations, including the Bio Foundation, the Dreamery Foundation, and the Philip B. Rothenberg Research Fund. According to a press release, the research will employ state-of-the-art neuroimaging and contemporary research methodologies to find out why some children seem to possess memories associated with their past lives. And I gotta say, I mean, I've seen kids that, like Jason's kid, for instance, talking about, past life stuff. It is kind of trippy. Study will be headed by Marietta Palavanova and Dr. Philip Kozline. The extended research program marks a new chapter in our scientific investigation of children's past life memories. By combining insights from our extensive case collection with the modern neuroscientific methods, we aim to understand the cognitive, neurophysiological, and environmental factors that may contribute to this experience. The study will look at two potential mechanisms through which memories of alleged past lives manifest in some children: memory and trauma, as well as new ways to identify, study in such cases. This research aims to bridge the gap between compelling cases and mainstream science. The public presentation of dissemination of this work at conferences and in peer-reviewed scientific journals will contribute our understanding of consciousness, memory, and human experience. I don't know. This sounds like a bunch of jibber jabber there to me, but I know there is some pretty trippy cases of kids describing in very good detail things that they just you think they shouldn't know,
There's been some crazy cases.
I don't know how they're gonna pinpoint what causes it, or how to explain it other than it could be real. It's just like kids, just like little kids that, like, even Sam's kid Nora, like, I got pictures of her when she came in here and sat at my drum set and picked up the sticks, held them the right way, and hit the drums, not on the rims, not on the side, not on the bottom, hit the drums right where they should be hit the cymbal where it should be hit. Granted, she was just whacking them, but she was hitting them in a way that I was like, it kind of freaked me out. Like, wow. Like, normally, a little kid that's a year and a half, 2 years old, you put sticks in their hand, they're just going to beat the shit out of whatever's in front of them, whether it's the side of the drum or whatever. But she actually knew where to hit them, and nobody had taught her that. She'd never seen a drum set before. And now she plays them every day. And like, you know, just that. But there's like kids that can pick up a guitar or a violin or something, a piano, and just know how to play it. That's not normal.
It's crazy.
Playing a guitar for years and years and years, and I still suck at it. You know, it takes a lot of work to learn how to master an instrument, and yeah, some little kids just seem to be able to pick it up and know how to work it. And I don't know how to explain that. And you know, I've been to places myself where I've gone somewhere where I've never been in this life anyways, and I know what's around the corner. You know, there's going to be a whatever brown house with, you know, a red door right up here, and you go around the corner and there's a brown house with a red door. It's like, how do you know that? Deja vu is what some people call it, but I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Have I really been there before? How would I know what's going to be there, or what's going to happen, or whatever, you know? Not saying that happens every day, but it has happened before. Good. Yeah, it could, you know. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. But I still occasionally get these weird visions of things. It's kind of disturbing. Sometimes I like just like get this glimpse of like all this devastation and like ruins of everything. And other times I get these visions of like being in a wreck, like getting hit by a train or something, where everything just like I'm like, damn it, I hate those. And there for a long time, I was having the weird visions of flying with my Indian shaman friend.
Flying like how?
Like through the forest, like through the woods, through the plains of grandma's house, like flying, like
To grandma's house we go.
yeah, like flying, like could be. Learned a lot from those dreams. Or were they dreams? I don't know. Maybe I was out there flying. Astral flying.
Could have been.
Hey Jamie, I'm flying by. I'll be there at 11:15 to pick you up.
We kind of started trying the lighthouse test. But then we weren't like consistent enough with it.
Yeah, I don't know that I have any weird birthmarks. Really. I have, like, I read this article the other day that says you have these, like, spots on your body. do you have this spot, and this spot? And I was like, yes, check 1, check 2, check, yeah. Can't remember what it said. Yeah, could be. It was funny you say that, Azariana, because we were leaving. That was last night, and I turned out. I was coming from Sam's house, and there's a train track like right there. And I usually pull up. That's like one of the. I always get caught by the train, so I just started filming them, and yeah, pulled out there last night. And there was, ding, 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 ding. The gates were going down, and Darcy was like, "You're not going to film the train?" I turned the opposite way. I'm like, "No, not tonight."
Yeah.
Train filming was so last week. But yeah, I do love filming trains. I want to get out and like walk halfway down the train track and set my camera up like right by the train so I can get a real good close up. Remember that crazy fool that went out there filming the trains and got run over by one of them? Yeah, could do that too. Train in slow motion.
Makes me feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
Trains, here we go. Do an experiment right now. Maybe. See if I can do this real quick. Real quick, he says. Famous last words.
Lots of energy on a train. I had lots of experiences on that one train I used to go to.
Okay. Let's put it down in real slow motion. I'm not going to preserve the pitch. Real slow motion. Sounds more like a rocket launch.
Yeah.
I was listening, I was watching the whatever it is, volcano Kealoha that was erupting. Is that thing still erupting? I don't know.
I thought it was supposed to start erupting or something.
Oh, it's been erupting.
Has it? Or
Oh,
am I
yeah.
thinking of another one that's about to erupt? I know there's like an underground volcano, I think that's underwater that's supposed to erupt, but I thought the other one was supposed to maybe start in a couple days. unless it's another one I'm thinking of. Let's see.
Yeah, here we go. This is the one I was watching the other day, and I was listening to it. And I'm thinking, wow, that's like shooting up, probably 25, 30 feet. They're saying that's shooting up like up to 1,000 feet or so. But I was listening to it. I don't know if it's doing it now. But man, there were some crazy sounds coming out of it. Like you could hear all this rumbling and these deep, earthly, guttural noises. Kind of freaky. Supposedly live. I don't know if it's actually live, but it says it is. Yeah, something about trains. I don't know. Something about trains. Trains, planes, and sometimes automobiles. I would like a fucking car with 4 fucking wheels and 4. No, trains and planes. I love that noise for some reason. Trains have always like fascinated me, and a lot of people, you pull up real close to a train in the car and they're freaking out. It's like me, I can't get close enough. Maybe I'm special in the head like that. Yeah, this thing the other night was making some crazy noises. But yeah, there's a lot of lava flow coming out of that thing.
I used to, Anthony says.
Ah, yeah. Crazy just the
On
power.
Earth.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be laying in bed here and it'll be like 4 a.m. and I can hear the train, which is, it's not like right outside my window. It's down the road quite a ways, a couple of miles. But yeah, it sounds like it's coming through the neighborhood sometimes.
It's weird, like certain times of the day or when it's like really cold, it seems like you can hear them even closer.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because ours is like across town from here, and some days you just hear it so clear. But I'm used to like living right behind the train track at the last place, so
Yeah.
I'm just always hearing trains. And the other place I lived at trains.
Yeah, the first one's the only one that has sound. Yeah, the other night though it was crazy. It was all this. It's pretty cool. Or maybe I'm just weird.
What did I have? Oh, it was solar flares. They took 3 years of solar flare information and you could see like the video going closer, further back from these things, and then they had the sounds of the solar flares that they put into like this 3-year time lapsed compilation.
Ah, well, I reckon I wrecked them. Wrecked them, hell, killed them both. Wrecked them, I'm going to go to bed.
I wrecked them. You should. You've had a long couple of days and another long one tomorrow.
Yeah. And then Friday, I got band practice. And then Saturday, got a disc golf tournament. Sunday, got a disc golf tournament. Played more disc golf in this last week than I played in the last 3 months. But yeah, like Debbie says, everybody have a great rest of your week. And keep an eye out for anything strange.
Yeah.
It's the, 16th today? The formal, the inauguration of Trump. And who knows what the hell could happen in the next 4 days. I'm sure we'll have lots more crazy stuff, wild and crazy things happening. Why is my printer screen opening up?
I gotta try to figure out summer tomorrow to get an oil change and a 5-point inspection and try to figure out how to get my car to pass my smog and get past this emissions issue I got going on.
See, if we were neighbors, I could change your oil for you with lickety split, and you wouldn't have to worry about 5-point inspections and all that, because here in good old Florida, we don't have that silly shit.
Yeah, here we do. I just want to know to get set up because my emissions light keeps coming on. And I think my piston rings are leaking because when I check my oil, I smell gasoline in it.
Yeah.
I read that it's not dangerous, but it's because like something's leaking over into it. And then it of course comes a dirty catalytic convert or a bad catalytic.
So that's what is wrong with my car.
Or O2 sensors, and then they're saying like there's this stuff CC whatever that is like a cleaner and it cleans your whole emission system out, and then they have like the C foam for some other shit.
Stuff
But
I
you have
use.
to, like,
The stuff I used, my car was really bad. Like I was told to not drive it by my mechanic friend.
did you put an additive in it?
I went to O'Reilly. You have O'Reilly's out there? Well, they got it at Walmart. You got it at Walmart. It's called Cataclean.
Oh,
and
no.
You wait till your tank is about a quarter, down to a quarter or so in gas, and you put a bottle of that stuff in there and run the car,
And then like fill your gas back up again and then run it back down, right?
Yeah. And, knock on wood, I've driven the shit out of my car ever since I did that. It was the best $26 I've ever spent. I've had a few mechanic friends that are like, wow, yeah, you're going to see bad consequences. But, $1,300, that's the cheapest estimate I got to fix my catalytic converter.
Yeah, and a lot of the things I read is that mechanics are just going to automatically say, swap out your catalytic, but a lot of times it's just buildup and stuff on it. And this stuff has detergents and all this stuff that's supposed to clear off your sensors and your, and help with the catalytic. It's not for catalytic exactly. It's like CC something. And it's one of like the top, I guess ones, and they say, "Oh, well, I got my light." The people that said it didn't work are people that had sensors or something that needed actual maintenance.
Yeah.
But everybody else was saying like, "Oh, my car gets better gas mileage now, and it saved me." They ended up having to get another catalytic converter like years later, but it bought them like a lot of time before they
Yeah.
had to.
Yeah. I mean, the car that had that problem was a little Kia Soul, and it was getting really shitty gas mileage. I mean, the thing should be getting great gas mileage. And I did that and ran that through there, followed the directions exactly like you're supposed to do
Exactly.
it. And it worked. I mean, it's, my engine light is still on because of the sensor, but, it's definitely bought me some time. Will I need a new catalytic converter? Yeah, probably that, or drill a bunch of holes in it and jam it out.
Wait,
My
you know
catalytic
what?
converter is supposed to be covered under warranty because they were bad in this Kia Soul. I looked it up. Anybody can look it up, recalls. And it's plainly listed my motor, my car, my engine had faulty emissions problems with the catalytic converter and the emission system. I called the dealer and they're like, no, there's no recall on it. I'm like, how come I'm sitting here reading it right now? Oh, I don't know where you're getting that information. And I'm like, from Kia? But they refuse to acknowledge it. It's the shittiest car company I've ever had. And it sucks because I like the car. But they're the fucking worst. I wouldn't there's not a chance in hell I'd buy a Kia ever again.
Damn. So I got that excitement going on because I have to do that so I get my tags because I'm riding dirty right now.
Yep. Dirty rider.
Which sucks because I didn't get my last tags I paid for because I didn't know I needed the smog. And then they were sending stuff to the wrong house address and didn't tell me nothing. And I didn't realize I never got my tag papers this year because everything's blurred into like 1 year now. Until I'm like, oh shit, wait, I never got registration papers. They go, oh, that's because you never got your smog on the other one, so we didn't, bother to tell you nothing. So I have to do all this stuff so that I can try to get my tags, but it's like, man, please don't have this be an expensive problem just to get my shit to pass. So I want to get the oil change done first, and which I could do my own. I just don't want to. My back and all that. I'd rather just have to do it.
It's a pain in the ass for sure. I mean, I got ramps that I can pull my car up on, but I still got to get my fat ass down on the ground under the car, and it's it's always an event. I always come up with some new profanity out in the driveway, and I'm sure my neighbors are all out there like, oh man, he's gonna get up there and work on the car. Let's crack a beer and watch this. This would be some good entertainment right here. Get the video camera going, Bertha. Yeah, I'm probably on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes.
Yeah, I stopped by the surfboard shop the other day. And I come up, I pull up there, and I'm like, oh, my brother's here. There's nobody else there. And I hear him. I'm walking up in the door, and he's in the next room, and I hear him. He's having a conversation. He's bitching somebody, bitching himself out, I guess. I walk in, and I'm like, Who you talking to, man? Shut up.
He was bitching himself out.
Yeah. I'm always pulling up in there and I'll hear a conversation going on. It's just him in there.
Sometimes you need expert
Stupid
advice.
asshole. Yeah. What the hell's the matter with you? What are you, retarded?
I do the same thing though. Like I will get pissed at myself and go, God, you are a stupid bitch. What were you thinking?
Oh, yeah.
I think the neighbors probably think I have Tourette's when they hear me through the window.
Yep.
'Cause it's like constantly, like I go to do something and I knock a whole box upside down over, like string this thing out that I can never repeat because I wouldn't be able to remember it. But
Mm. Oh, well, cussing at yourself. You know,
it's good for you.
it's good for you. Exactly.
It's good for you.
Good for you. Makes you know you're real.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, though. I wish I could, instead of cussing at myself, I wish I could go, wow, man, you did a really good job with that. You should be proud of yourself. Instead, I'm like, you're a stupid asshole. What are you doing? What are you, gone mental?
I was thinking that too, Drake, that it might be clogged. And that's the why I'm hoping I might be able to just get lucky and like clean the stuff up enough and then do the whole light thing. And I found out why they make you go up and down, like after you clear your shit, why you have to like drive so many miles before you come back.
Yeah.
Because they'll like reject you right away if you like just reset your stuff and then try to do it. They don't have all the computer information that they need, so they reject you right away. And so you have to like keep driving so that the computer information gets back that they need. I just don't want a big.
What you need to do is go out there and burn another $50 worth of gas before you come back.
That's what they say. Like, someone's supposed to spend like $200 on gas,
Yep.
but it's still better than for I don't know.
Because what sucks is when you try to get legal, you try to do the right thing, you try to go by the book, and they just make it so freaking difficult.
And when I got this hybrid, they're like, "Oh, you don't have to. You can drive in the carpool lanes and the fast tracks, and you don't have to pay for it. And I think you could have like one person in the carpool lane, kind of like the stuff that they were telling electric car people, and now they're pissed because they're like, "What? We can't drive in the carpool lane alone anymore?" Nope, that's what they do to lure you in, and they take it away.
Yeah. I like that meme that's going around. It's got Carl Childers, from Sling Blade. He's standing next to the Tesla truck. Ain't got no gas in it. Found the problem. Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas, ain't got no.
All right. It's well after 2:00 in the morning here. Midnight, 11 something for you. We missed the 11 hour.
No, I missed 11:11. I saw 11:14. I get to go walking under the moon now.
Up under the moonlight. All right. Everybody be safe this week. Have a good time. Watch out for weird shit happening. And if weird shit does happen, definitely let us know. Because that's what we're all about here on Weird Wednesday. If your vibrator goes crazy and tries to kill you, let us know. All right. Catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging with us.
Good night.
Night, night.